channel. I'm Katarian. I don't really have an official intro yet. I just have a few disclosures first. Number one, when I say unmedicated, I don't mean completely unmedicated. At one point in my labor, I did get some medicine. I'm saying I did not get an epidural. Also, I probably forgot some things, so if I forgot anything as far as like what happened as far as COVID, or like I might do a video about like what happened after I had her and like going to the postpartum side of the hospital and what goes on then. But right now I'm just telling like the actual birth story. I'll leave like anything I forgot in the description box, so please check that. The second one is I'm really all over the place all the time, so sorry. And the third one is, if you did get an epidural, this is like in no way like trying to discredit you, because if you gave birth at all, you are a freaking superhero. Like, it doesn't matter if you did vaginal, C-section, if you got an epidural, if you didn't get an epidural, like, women are freaking amazing. Let's get right into it. Okay, real quick, this is me the next morning realizing that I forgot to tell y'all most of the stuff that I meant to say in the video, because it was 4 months ago and I just got mommy brain. But I especially forgot to tell y'all like the COVID protocols at the hospital I gave birth at. So that plus anything else that I forgot to say will be in the description box, and I'll try to put timestamps for like certain stuff. But I did want to say that I didn't have to push with my mask on. Like, whenever I started pushing, I got to take my mask off. Like, I cannot imagine what the women felt who had to push with a mask on, because oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna start like a little bit before my pregnancy, like a little background on my pregnancy, and then I'm gonna do like the weeks leading up to me going into labor, and then I'm gonna tell like my actual birth story. So for the background, like I found out at I think like 20 weeks pregnant that I had a short cervix, and they were saying something about my placenta being too low, and that could be like risky, but it ended up moving. But because I had a short cervix, I had to go to my original OB, and then I had to also go to a high-risk doctor. And when I was talking to the high-risk doctor, she said like she doesn't like the term high risk, because I was coming to see her, I was technically high risk, but I was like on the low end of high risk. So yeah, I had a short cervix, and because of that, she prescribed me progesterone, and it was like the vaginal one. So like every night since I was like 20 weeks pregnant, I had to stick a progesterone pill up and that was supposed to keep my cervix from shortening. I forgot like what the normal size of the cervix is, like how many centimeters or whatever, but mine was like fluctuating. It wasn't like every time she checked, it wasn't staying steady, it was kind of fluctuating. So yeah, they would check me at first it was like every week, and then it went to like every 2 weeks, and then she told me to come back in 6 weeks, and if everything was fine, she would clear me to just like go to my OB. So yeah, there was that. So when I went to my 35-week appointment with my OB, because I eventually got cleared from the high-risk doctor. I'm sorry I keep doing this. I don't got no boob, so that's making me uncomfortable. But at my 35-week appointment, I had told my doctor that I had been feeling like pressure, like a lot of pressure, and so she told me because I have a short cervix, like if I wanted her to check if I was dilated, she would. She said she usually doesn't do it until 36 weeks, but because I had a short cervix, she would like do it if I wanted her to. And I just told her yeah, because I just wanted to be prepared. Like, I wasn't scared, but if she was coming, I wanted to be prepared. So she checked me, and it turns out I was 3 centimeters dilated already, and I was 50% effaced. And if you don't know what that means, it just means like how thin out your cervix is. So yeah, basically she told me I was on, she didn't want to put me on bed rest, but she said I definitely needed to chill out, like don't do too much walking, stay home, like, you know, all that stuff. And then as far as us being in a pandemic, I should be staying at home anyway because I was pregnant, and if they tested me for COVID and I had it, like they would have to separate me and my baby, and who would want that? It was kind of hard to like rest and not do much because I was planning a baby shower, and I was doing a majority of things, like trying to keep things together, planning everything, like all of that. So it's kind of hard to stay off my feet. But anyway, so then did I go? Or yeah, I went for my 36-week appointment. Let me see. Okay, so when I went to my 36-week appointment, well, first of all, when I was, like the day I turned 36 weeks was my baby shower, and I was running around, of course, doing a lot, because I would change weeks every Sunday. So yeah, my baby shower was on Sunday, and then my 36-week appointment was on that Friday, the next Friday. And she told me, she checked me again, and she said I was still 3 centimeters dilated, but I was completely thinned out. And she was like, I don't see you like making it much further. Like you probably like, I want you to get to 37 weeks. So like that would still be like, not technically preterm labor, because my baby would be like full term, but I forgot what she called it. What did she call it? I don't know. Not like premature, but like not all the way at 40 weeks, of course. That was Friday, and she did my Group B strep test then. And then Sunday I would turn 37 weeks. So she said she said I can't just make it to Sunday till I turn 37 weeks, and then I would be able to resume normal activities. So just do whatever I wanted. And for the longest, like my whole pregnancy, I was thinking like I want to be pregnant as long as possible. Like I want to go all 40 weeks. Like if I'm overdue, I'm fine with it. Like I just want to enjoy it, you know. First of all, pandemic was just a lot and taking a toll on me. So I was ready to meet my baby by the time I turned 37 weeks. So when I turned 37 weeks, I went walking that Sunday with my boyfriend and my friend, and we like walked this trail like probably like 2 miles or something. And then the next day, okay, so Monday, I was at home and I was bored, and I was like, I really want to have my baby, like, and I wanted her, like I said I didn't want her to go like too far over anyway, because I just want her to be a Virgo like her mommy. My birthday is September 6th, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna have my baby on September 1st. So Monday, I think it was like the 31st or something. And so I went walking, like I walked around my apartment complex. I really hope y'all can hear me, but I walked around my apartment complex like a lot, like 5 times around the whole complex. And then whenever my boyfriend came home, we did the baby dance like what grown-ups do. And literally right after, I went to the restroom and like some of my mucus plug came out. After that happened, like almost immediately after, I started having like horrible contractions, like really bad contractions. So I was like sitting in the tub and then getting out and then sitting in the tub again. And that was around midnight. And then I told him like, if I'm still like having these contractions, because they was really close together, that like they was actually like first it was like 3 minutes apart, but then they started to be like 1 to 2 minutes apart. But I had so much Braxton Hicks like before that I just didn't even want to like go to the hospital, and they just tell me, you know, I'm not ready to, like, it wasn't time, you know. So I was just sitting through them, even though they were like 1 to 2 minutes apart, and he was asleep at this point. And I texted him and I was like, if I'm still having these contractions at 1:30, then I'm gonna go to the hospital. And at first he didn't see it, so I got mad, but then he seen it and he was like, okay, whatever. So, not whatever, but whatever. So then, I'm still like going back and forth to the tub. Then I like sat in the living room for a little bit. I took like the last picture of my belly. And finally I was, oh no, look, I called the, like my doctor has a, what's it called? Like an on-call phone, like for the, like, she doesn't always answer it, but like whoever is on call, they answer it. So I was telling the woman like about my contractions and what was happening, and she was like, I mean, I don't know, like, I don't know, it's up to you. I don't know what to tell you, if you should go or not, like. And I'm just like, what? Like, why are you answering the phone if you don't have no answers at all? So anyway, I just sat through it for a while till like, I'm sorry, I gotta keep looking at my phone because, mind you, I was supposed to film this like 2.5 months ago. My baby is about to be 4 months, which is crazy. She's about to be 4 months on Friday, on New Year's. But, okay, so at 3 a.m. I told him like, we gotta go. I'm going to the hospital, like, this is too bad. So we grabbed all our stuff, and then like, I know they don't let you eat there, so like we stopped at QT to get snacks because I just needed some snacks. I needed to eat something, like. So yeah, we stopped and get snacks, and then we went to the hospital, and we got there at like 4, and I went in like the emergency room, and the lady was like doing something, like she was writing something, and I was sitting there waiting on her, and she was like, oh, just a second, honey, or whatever. And I was just sitting there. Then I started crying, and she's like, okay, like, what are you here for? And I was like, I'm 9 months pregnant, I'm having contractions. And then I was just crying. She's like, I was carrying like so small, I guess she didn't notice. She was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't know you were pregnant. So she got somebody to like get a wheelchair for me. And then I had Cornell waiting in the car because I didn't know if he could come in yet. And then they said like he could come in. So they wheeled us to triage, but I was like in the actual triage room, but he had to wait in the waiting room. They didn't give me a COVID test, but like, of course they took my temperature and all that, but they didn't give me a COVID test. They just said he could come back there until they determined if I was going to get put in an actual room. So I was wearing my mask the whole time, of course. And so they had somebody come check me, and she was like, yeah, you're about 5 to 6 centimeters dilated. I think you get to stay. And so they ended up like wheeling me. Okay, so they ended up wheeling me to the room, and Cornell came in the room, of course. And then, so they started asking me all of the normal questions, which I didn't get because I already filled out everything like in advance online. And my doctor works like for that hospital, so I just didn't get why they didn't have all my information. But the lady was asking me the questions like so super slow, and I was like, no offense, but I was just like, I hope she is not my nurse because she going too slow. I'm in pain, like, yeah. So that happened. And then oh, I was asking what doctor was on call because by this time it was like 6 a.m, almost 6:30 or whatever. And she was like, she told me that my doctor was on call, which I want to say her name, but then okay, so yeah, the nurse was like, yeah, I'm gonna leave. You gonna have some more nurses. Like, she introduced me to the nurses or whatever, and she was like that my doctor was coming in at 7 a.m. So my contractions had got like bad again, because they had slowed down for a while. Like, they got further apart again, and I was like, fine. So then oh yeah, so I wanted I was like, they asked me if I want the epidural. Like, they asked me multiple times. They weren't pushy, but they asked me multiple times. And they told me, like, if I wanted it at any time, I could get it. Like, even if I was like 9 centimeters, I could get it if I wanted it. But yeah, so at one point I was in so much pain, and I was like, what can you give me that's like not the epidural? I just need some pain medicine. So I thought I had got Demerol, I think it's called, but I didn't. I got Stadol, and basically it's like the pain medicine they use during labor, but it doesn't really take the pain away. It basically makes you kind of loopy to where you're not as focused on the pain. So they gave me that, I think at like 6:30. I think they gave it to me at 7. And so yeah, that happened, and then my doctor came, and she came in. I was like super loopy or whatever. And then because the nurses asked me if I was positive for group B strep, but I didn't know because I had just got the test on Friday, and I was supposed to find out at my next appointment, but obviously I didn't make it to my next appointment. So my doctor came in, and she was like, yeah, you actually were positive for group B strep, so we're going to start you on antibiotics. So they started me on antibiotics, and you're supposed to get 2 doses of it, I think, before like you give birth, just so it doesn't pass to your baby or whatever. So yeah, she started me on antibiotics. So she told me, like, once I was done with the antibiotics, she would come back and she would start me on Pitocin to like get my contractions back like close together, so you can get started with having a baby. So that happened basically.
I gotta say what's up.
What's up? We here.
Oh, I got a little scenery. We got a little, and it's crazy because it's not one of them hot, like super hot days. It's gonna rain today. How you feel?
Good.
You not in pain anymore? No more pain? Alright now.
They're about to give me Pitocin.
Uh-huh.
Or I don't know if they already did. I have to take, what's it called? Antibiotics.
Yep, they're right here.
This is so exciting.
Cause I'm just. I thought you would still talk to the camera. It's not your information. You can't see. You was telling them. Tell the people.
So she don't give me Pitocin because my contractions got further apart. So they want to speed it up. And what was the other thing? Oh, she about to break my water.
Oh yeah, break the water. Ooh, there go Ken.
I don't want nobody to break my water.
Yeah.
To break napkins.
Yeah, so I thought it did earlier when you came in there and told me like to get rid and stuff.
Probably my mucus plug. Probably.
Get the little monitor.
See, I get the monitor. We had to plug in the rest of the things. She had to go to the bathroom. Let me get myself though. Let me get the cameraman. He's so cool. He's so cool.
So got all my antibiotics. She came back. She gave me Pitocin. Once the Pitocin was done, she broke my water, and which I have a video of it.
Yes. I'm stuck out here.
You can get it every 2 hours. Oh, yes. I know you were a lot drowsier earlier.
Yeah, earlier she was lean as shit.
Okay, good.
Yeah, here, put the camera on the seat.
Oh, good. Oh gosh, so low. You all right? Yes.
You got it. I see you.
You good? Her head is so low there. Okay. Okay, I would say 6 complete minus 1.
I'm gonna set you up so that you're gonna leak until you deliver now. So we'll just keep a towel in between your legs, and then when it gets really wet, just let me know. You're not gonna be dry.
Baby's super low.
So you broke it?
Yeah. Your baby's head is so low that it's kind of like holding a lot of that water back. So as you move, you'll probably feel more leaking, but there'll probably be more after you deliver.
Okay. But yeah, we actually were gonna record the whole thing, but one of the nurses was tripping, but whatever. But yeah, she broke my water, and that's when it got, like, the contractions got super bad. Like, I haven't heard nobody else say this, but like every time, the lady told me, like, whenever they broke my water, my doctor broke my water, and then the nurse was like, from now on, like, you're not gonna be dry, like, until you have your baby. Like, you're gonna feel it coming out, like, over and over. And every time it came out, like, it was so bad. Like, I have a video of me in the bathroom, like, just screaming. Oh.
It's crazy.
Because it was just bad, like, every time I would feel the water come out. So yeah, they broke my water and the contractions got horrible. They were close together. And then I personally watched a lot of these videos, like unmedicated birth stories and all of that, like, before I gave birth. So I felt like I was gonna be the one who wanted to, like, get on the ball and bounce around and all that when I was in labor, to try to get it started and just have this completely different experience, because that did not happen. I had to listen to my body. So I had, like, the bed would raise up into a chair, and I was, like, sitting up like that, and then I'll have to lay back. Like, you have this, like, picture of what you think your birth is gonna be like, and it's, like, usually not like that. But I still had a very positive birth story, or a very positive birth, but it didn't go like the way I thought it was gonna go. And I also, like, watched a bunch of these videos with my boyfriend, like, so he would know how to comfort me, or he would know, like, if I yell at you, it's not because I'm actually mad at you, it's because I'm freaking trying to birth the human, you know? But yeah, where was I at? So I had got the Stay-Doll. Okay, you can get the Stay-Doll every 2 hours. So I got it at 7 or almost 7, and then I got it at almost 9. And so by 11, it was like I could feel everything again. Like, I wasn't woozy, I was completely present. And that's why I say unmedicated, because I did not get an epidural, and the medicine was, like, worn off by the time I actually started pushing. So I started pushing around 11 a.m. and pushing is the part. I seen somebody say on Facebook, they were like, pushing don't even hurt, it's the contractions for me. And I was like, because pushing was killing me. I started pushing or whatever, they were telling me to, like, grab my legs. I don't want to look weird, but they were telling me to, like, grab my legs and push at the same time, and I just couldn't do that. So one of the nurses was grabbing one of my legs, and Cornell was grabbing the other one, and I was, like, trying to push, but then I was also focused on not tearing, because I hear so many people say they tear to their butthole, and I just did not want to do that. But anyway, so I I was pushing, I was in pain, I was starving. I was asking them if I could eat, and they were like, you could have some ice chips. And so like my lips kept getting like dried out. I kept getting thirsty. So like in between pushes, Cornell was giving me like ice chips. And my doctor kept telling me like every time, like, she's right here. Like, oh, I told them I wanted to see. So they gave me a mirror to see, but like I couldn't even look at it because I was just in so much pain. And at one point she's like, she's right here, do you want to feel her? Because I know like with some people, if they feel their baby, like it motivates them. But I was like, no, like I don't want to feel her, I just want her to come out. So I was like pushing and pushing, and Cornell like tried to record, but like he recorded like from a good angle, and then they pushed a cart like kind of over to where he thought it was blocking the camera, but it actually was not blocking the camera. And then he moved it, and so we didn't get it.
Starting. Okay, grab those legs, bring them back. Now push right here. Take a big breath in and hold it down and push. Push. Good job. Pull those legs. Good job. Push right down your bottom. Good job. Hold the air in. Big breath in. Hold it like you're going underwater and push. Push. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, big breath again. Put your chin down and push. Right here. Did it go away? Is the contraction gone? Okay. Did it feel better to push? Feels better than just suffering through that pain, that's for sure.
So basically I pushed for almost 30 minutes, and she came out. She was born at 11:29. And we waited a minute to clamp her cord, and then they clamped it. Her dad cut the cord, of course, and then they gave her to me. And that was just the best feeling in the world. And then of course they did all the stuff like weighing her and all that. She was 6 pounds, 4.5 ounces, and 20 inches. Are you hungry? Also, I didn't say I did tear like a first 3 tears, very small. So I got stitches, and it was the feeling was like weird. It didn't hurt or anything when they stitched me. Oh, I didn't even talk about, okay, when her placenta came out, I didn't feel it. It's like my doctor just took it out. I felt it like just slip out. Some people say like it feels like having another baby, but for me it just came right out. And then she stitched me up. We got a picture of my placenta. It is so, I just think it's like so beautiful. Like what women can do is crazy. But yeah, that was it. I think I'm gonna show y'all my baby real quick. Hold on. Say hey. Say hey, mama. Okay, so I'm probably gonna do like a lot of postpartum videos, baby updates of my pretty little baby. That's a burp. And yeah, just I'm gonna have some content rolling out. So please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, and I appreciate you so much.